without me because I was doing. Good morning, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut here with Mike Kelly, Real Estate Jerky Daily.
Is that a Broncos hat?
That is a Broncos hat.
Is it because you've won 2 games in a row?
No, we won 4 if you count the preseason.
Well, you can't count preseason.
So if you don't count the preseason, there's only been 1 real season game.
Oh, then you've done 1 in a row.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Just like San Francisco.
I always had Broncos no matter what. You can't see it, but I got Elway's helmet behind me.
No, I can't. I've seen it. It's very cool.
But I also have Jerry Rice's helmet signed.
Yeah.
So I did give some love to the 49ers because that's where we are now.
Exactly.
And when I was in San Diego, I went to the Chargers games. Oh, that's right. They're not in San Diego anymore. So
they lost a lot of fans.
Well, that's like all the, Raider fans. I can't believe they're still fans when they moved to Las Vegas. I would have damn it. If you move,
Raiders are diehard.
I know, but if you move, not me, like you personally move, you're still the same, fan.
But if your team moves,
yeah, that's just weird. That's even like the Chargers, LA. It's like, hi.
Well, I know of a couple of people who were diehard Chargers fans because they live in San Diego and they moved to LA and it pissed them off so much. They are now, well, I think they went to Raiders, but then Raiders moved. And I don't know what they're. Maybe they're Niner fans because their dad's a Niner fan.
I don't know. Well, Marsha was just a fan of whoever had the best uniform and who the person was. So she followed, what's his name?
Tight butts, driver nuts.
First it was not the Eagles. Who's the Steelers because of the quarterback.
Roethlisberger?
No, the other guy. Who was the guy that was?
Oh, Terry Bradshaw.
No. Then I'm saying the wrong one then. That's not it at all. Anyways, move on.
Okay.
Real estate.
You want to talk about real estate?
But you brought up the football. Yeah. So
yeah, I did.
According right now, they didn't do that great. I mean, they won, but barely won.
Oh, the Niners. That was an ugly win.
But it was like, okay, can you get in the backup guy? Because he was much better during the preseason.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Brock's hurt. Questionable to play this weekend. Good thing he's got that new contract.
All right. Did you want to talk about numbers first?
Yeah, let's do that.
Right.
Look at what's going on in Stanislawski County. 2379. What is that? You're quick on the calculator.
Well, I haven't even looked at it.
800.
What are we in there? That's only 1 week into September.
Yeah,
right?
1 week into September.
So that would be
9 and a quarter.
8 and a quarter.
Yeah, 8. September is the ninth month.
Yeah. Divided by
860 listings, though. That's
288.
Well, we're moving on up.
That's pending still 347. The active listings, that's down. That's down.
It's down like 32, which isn't bad. I mean, it's up from last year. Last year we were never in the 800s. So that's a good sign.
Yes and no. I mean, it just means things are sitting, but things are starting to change. Rates are starting to go down. I mean, we're not like a point lower, but they're starting. They're going that way.
I'm feeling it.
People are like, I'm like, is this really going to happen, or is it going to start going the other way?
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting for the Fed to do their thing to see if it keeps going down.
That would be nice. I want to talk about something real quick. I know you've got some stuff to go, but I talked to a friend of ours to list her home in 24. Her new build that she's moving into wasn't going to be ready until May at first glance, and then June, then July, now September, maybe October. So we put her home on the market. When the first time I went out there was one crappy home on the block, just one. You mean
a year ago?
Yeah, a year ago. Dry grass, kind of looks yucky, a lot of crap stored in the front yard. So I go over there, and she and I had this talk about it, and now there are 4 directly across the street from her, starting at the corner where the guy has got a big sign out front advertising that he does AC recharges for as little as $40. And it's obvious with the pop-up out in front of his garage door that
he does it.
That's
there.
Where he does it.
I think somebody should just turn him in.
Well, code enforcement's going to get a visit from me. I mean, you have to. Neighbors,
code enforcement's going to visit him. You mean?
Yeah, exactly. They're going to get a picture from me, and then he'll get a visit from code enforcement.
And there's nothing wrong with having a second business, but it shouldn't be certain things.
Well, you can't run a business out of your home.
Not true.
Out of the front yard, you can't run a business.
You can run a business out of your home.
CC&Rs. You can run a business out of your home.
CC&Rs. I'm sorry. Do they have a HOA?
No, they don't. But everything has CC&Rs.
But
they've
no one
sunset
can
after
it.
10 years.
No
it's
one
hard
can
to enforce.
But
you can go back to them. Don't argue with me.
I'm going to argue because that's why you have an HOA.
That's why you have code enforcement.
CC&Rs.
That's why you have code enforcement.
Code enforcement's not going to do anything.
Yeah, they will.
They got to catch them in the act.
The sign is kind of a dead giveaway.
No, because it's.
Oh no, I'm advertising for my place over on Yosemite.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
I'm advertising for a buddy of mine.
But I got to tell you, homeowners, when you live in a neighborhood and you have 4 consecutive homes in a row that have turned into Crapsville, and it's up to you guys to speak to your neighbors because you're losing 40 to 50K right off the bat. It's just horrible.
What you're losing is people wanting to buy your house because of those other things.
So you got to make
that's like our street. I felt so bad when our front yard was destroyed because but luckily nobody was selling. Now we only have one crappy home on the neighborhood. It's the one next to me. That's always been the crappy house
because it's tenant occupied.
Right. But then you have like 3 or 4 down that guy is a construction guy and you got so many plants and other stuff in his front yard and other stuff. So it happens in a lot of neighborhoods, but luckily he doesn't, have anybody on the lawn.
Yeah. And my front yard, while I was redoing the interior, looked like hell for a long time, but it was clean hell. It was just clean dirt.
What happened to me?
I don't know. I looked at, we got Bill Phillips and Valerie Santana Moon.
Stop clicking things. All right,
I'm not clicking.
Let's just let me get through this before
do your report.
Happens.
So then I want to talk about some stuff.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope. All right. So today, let's see. I can't read over there when it comes back. But anyway, we don't really care. We focus more on where the rates are, and rates improved today by 15 basis points. The 10 years long bond, actually, it's not really super long, but the 10-year the bond is in at 4.05.
Yeah,
opened at 4.0952. So it's been going down. It's been going up the last few days. There were some things that were supposed to come out today.
So what did it open at today?
4.0952. Okay. So almost 410. Let's just say it's rounded up. If there was a VA thing, it'd be rounded up. And so the stock market's doing well. Everything's doing well. What happened is the producer price index came out today and it surprised everybody that it went down. Headline PPI fell 0.1% versus expectations of a positive 0.3%. So it fell. Yeah. So it fell to 1/10 versus 3/10. That's a great thing. Last month, it was hot. It was at 9/10 and revised lower to 7/10. Year over year, PPI dropped to 2.6%, well below the expected 3.3%. That's where the big drop was.
Gotcha.
So their 2% target, we're getting there. Also down 1/10. The core part, which I just forgot to say that part, the core PPI, which is you take out food and energy, the most expensive, commodities usually, also down 1/10 to year, and year over year is 2.8% versus the 3.5% they expected. So those are some major changes that were like, wow. So PPI is the producer price index, which I said I know in the beginning, but this is what producers of things, the inflation they have that they have to pass on to consumer.
Right.
If you look over in the past, they've been handling a lot of the inflation and eating it and not passing it along. So it's nice to see that that's changing. Mortgage application surged last week.
How many?
Let's see. So everybody's saying that Fannie and Freddie is saying that the rate went from 6.65 to 6.5. And again, you have to check for points and everything else. This is unconventional. Overall application volume surged 9%, the highest since 2022. Purchase applications are up 7% year over year. Refinances are up 34% year over year. Not much for a surge there, but we'll keep with that word of a surge.
Okay. It was a blur.
It's showing that it's going the right way, and people are starting to look again.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, it's happening. We have to jump in. It's finally at that point. Ed and Mike's been saying for a while. So instead of survive till 25, it's get to the almost end of 25.
Yeah.
Because we're in September. I mean,
so we're going to come up with a phrase for 26.
Yeah. Pack your bank account. No, it doesn't work.
Back here.
I'm just saying you're going to do such a volume. And still, people have to sell the house in order to buy the house. We don't have a ton of new builds going on yet.
No, we don't, and we won't. I mean, Modesto has a few subdivisions that are starting, but they're still in moving dirt stage.
Yeah. What else do I have? I got a bunch of other stuff. Do you want? Is there something you want to go with?
No, first? I was going to just touch on a few things I was reading last night, but go for your stuff.
Well, no, I'll do one, and then you can do one.
Okay.
So they're talking about Trump administration housing plan. With the declare a national housing emergency. There's 10 things they can do when they declare a national housing emergency. They free up federal land.
Okay.
Auction up to 3 million single family lots on BLM tracks near like Western metros in certain places, like in Las Vegas.
Bureau of Land Management.
And Clark's in like Nevada. It's mainly federal land.
Right. Our buddy Buford was telling us about that.
Yeah, which I didn't realize that. They could fast track permitting and light zoning. They could trim closing costs and junk fees. They can update mortgage product designs, like promote a 40-year ARMs 80. I like to see back 80-10-10s.
Yeah.
Or 80-15-5s. Those would be nice to have come back to get rid of but
the PMI.
But the PMI, I mean, if you got a decent if you're going conventional, you're above 700, that mortgage insurance is relatively cheap compared to how it used to be. The only time it's very expensive is if you have a 680 going conventional. There's the ugliest then you got to go FHA, and you're better off going that way anyway.
Now, was there something in the big beautiful bill that says your PMI is now tax deductible?
I don't know.
I believe so. I saw a thing on it the other day.
I'll search, but okay. I'm sure it is. But here's the problem. Most people do the standard deduction. They don't even do the stuff off.
Right.
So it doesn't, it's, thank you. But, you're taking the standard deduction because it's 13,000 versus what used to be 12,500. And now you got 25,000 if you're husband and wife. So why would you take us we used to use it a lot when they didn't have that standard deduction at that amount.
Hi, Annabelle.
Yeah, everybody just breaking in, I tell you.
I guess it wasn't locked.
Yeah, well, it closed all the way. Enable multi-generational mortgage models. Use ADU rental income for things. Unlock rate lock and porting. Okay, so one of the things they are thinking about doing is porting your loan to the next house.
Okay.
And that would be great, but our values go up so much in California, it makes no sense to do it. It's the same problem with assuming somebody else's loan.
Right. You'd have to come up with a lot of cash.
I saw somebody, first loan is 2.375. You just figure a way to come up with the rest of it. It was only like 500,000 difference.
Well, Powerball is one way.
Yeah, well, nobody won in California.
True.
Not the big part.
Not the big part.
Reduce construction input costs, narrow mortgage bond spreads. That's the big one. So we can get those rates even lower. And then release Fannie and Freddie from conservatorship. That will make a big difference. All right. What did you want to
Are you kind of
Go ahead. Am I a fan of it?
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, because
that's a great thing.
They used to be outside of it.
I know.
They were outside of it for as long as I was in the industry.
Do you think some of those older loans will come back that we used to use a lot if they're out of conservatorship? Like the 80-10-10s or the 80-15-5.
I just think we have not had a need for them for so long that.
But now prices are high and yeah.
I mean, it was, and also everybody was mortgage insurance is so expensive, and Fannie and Freddie didn't go that high on certain transactions, so you would use it.
Yeah,
mortgage insurance on average, it's $60 to $100, but an actual payment on that second might be more. Annabelle, get out of here.
She's doing good. So, I just wanted to touch on a couple of things. The buyer representation agreements. There's a new law that went into effect this year, and it's legally mandated and enforceable by the DRE. Good luck getting it enforced by the DRE.
You just got to call them,
put
a complaint in.
But there's some changes, and you cannot have. Well, here's the first thing. Everybody thought that before you could get somebody in your car, you had to sign a buyer broker agreement. I never went that way. When I wrote the contract, before I wrote the contract, we did the buyer broker agreement. It can be for no longer than 3 months. And if you're going to, what the hell is that?
Just keep going. Just keep going.
Sorry, I squirreled. And you can extend it. But you can extend it for no more than 3 months. People don't understand that.
You said the buyer broker agreement.
The buyer broker agreement. So you
can cancel it too.
Yeah. So let's say you're shopping with somebody and it's like 1998 again, and you can show them 75 homes before you write one. So you can have that buyer broker agreement, meaning they're going to pay you no matter if they buy through somebody else. Up to 3 months, not a year like some agents were doing in this area. You can't do a year. You can't record it, stuff like that.
Record it? You mean against the property?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there were talks that they were going to record listing agreements and they were going to record buyer broker agreements. You can't do it.
You could put a Liz Pens on there, but they wouldn't like you.
Yeah, no, exactly. Why would they want to work with you? Balcony. Hey, here's good news for you. You know, the balcony inspection deadline for anything other than a condo.
No.
You know, because that balcony collapsed and killed a few people. You got till January of 2026 now instead of January.
If you have a balcony, you might want to get it inspected anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Especially up in the Tuolumne area.
Those are decks.
Yeah.
Those aren't balconies.
You can call them a balcony if you want to. You should have those. And then handyman. You can now pay a handyman up to $1,000. Used to be $500. Now it's up to $1,000.
So instead of having to give them like 7 jobs on a property, you only have to give them
1.
3.5. Okay. You keep going. I'm gonna do something real quick.
And then assigned. Let's say you got a property in foreclosure and it's getting close to that 21-day notice of trustee sale, and you get a fully executed
contract
listing agreement and or a purchase agreement. You can extend the foreclosure by 45 days.
Wow.
But you have to send it into the mortgage service.
Well, a lot of times you just had to send that in and it would extend too.
Yeah. But not every bank would do it. Not everybody would say, okay.
Now it's a law?
Now it's a law.
Okay.
So anyway.
That's California or nationwide?
Nationwide. No, this is California. Sorry.
All right. So all this stuff that he's been saying is California.
Yeah.
Just so people who are watching other places.
I was just talking about California. Sorry, I didn't say that.
All right. So I'm going to go back to some stuff. Fannie Mae consumer settlement slips, home purchases settlement, we know is down. It was down to 71.4 in August.
Yep.
I guarantee you this month is going to jump up if we keep seeing the rates keep going the way they're going.
Yeah.
Rent payments are reportedly is on the rise. 13% of renters now self-report. Oh, I'm sorry. Rent payment reporting is on the rise. You know how you can add it to your credit bureau and Vantage Score 4.0. They're adding that part in there. And now there's 13% of renters who are self-reporting. My problem with that is if you didn't pay it on time, we're going to know. It's gonna,
exactly. It'll buy. It's got 2 edges on that sword.
Right? 80% of renters who know their payments are reported pay on time. So out of the 80% of them know that their payments are being reported, so they pay on time. So who you get that? So every landlord's like, hey, why don't we set this up for you? And then that way they can make sure their payments are on time.
Yeah, that's unintended consequences.
That's right.
That's awesome.
Buyers markets returning, according to Realtor.com. 7 major metros now meet buyer market thresholds. That is 6+ months of supply.
Wow.
Miami is at 9.7 months. Their median price is down to $500,000. So if you're looking for a place in Miami, now is the time.
Now's the time.
Austin, 7.7 months. Nearly 33% of listings are discounted. Florida, we have Orlando. I know Miami was Florida, but they threw this in afterwards. Is 6.9 months. Inventory up 34%. Other metros joining the list. New York's NYC, so New York City, right? Jacksonville, Tampa, Riverside, California.
They got a bunch of inventory.
Yeah, I guess so.
Wow.
Delistings rising. Many sellers are pulling listings rather than dropping prices. In July, delistings jumped to 57%. So that means for every 100 that came on, 57 came off.
Wow.
Buyers this fall could offer rare leverage, especially in older condos, starter homes, and price reduced listings. I think this whole market's going to change in the next 3 months.
I feel it too.
Mark my word. This is not like last year, September, where we didn't know because we had the difference between Biden and Trump. We didn't know who was going to win at that time and what was going on and everything else. We're finally there and we're seeing the other side.
Right.
And it looks like this Lisa Nissa had problems with herpes, and now she's okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
I'm so happy that you no longer have that issue with herpes.
Bet you somebody took her account. When we get off here, I'll go block that one.
Yeah.
All right. That's all I have for today. How about you, Mike? That's it?
Yeah. There's a lot more stuff, but we'll talk about
it
tomorrow.
Yeah. Leave some more. Yeah. Because leave some for tomorrow.
Okay, I won't just blow my whole wad right now.
Yeah, that's it. Move on.
I might get herpes.
Yeah. All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks for being here.
Bye.
Make it a great day.
Peace
Bye.
out.